I'm sure by now you have heard the craze behind homemade sourdough bread. There are so many creators on here and across many different platforms coming in, sharing their tips and tricks, their recipes, and just their ultimate love for sourdough. I am no different. I absolutely love sourdough and I have loved my journey with it. And I gotta say, I am so thankful for every single creator that has done this. This isn't just women doing it. I've seen many men doing it too. It is people across all walks of life. And so I am loving this. I'm loving watching every sourdough community come together and just share openly. The thing is, with so many creators running on this app and every other platform, it's actually kind of hard to know where to start, and it can get very confusing very quickly. So I have come in to start at the beginning and give you all the information and education that you need in case you were ever thinking about venturing on this journey with us. The most basic thing that you need to understand in any sourdough journey is that you need a very well established and healthy starter to bake any kind of quality bread. One of the biggest reasons that I love homemade sourdough bread is that I get to control the ingredients as to what goes into my bread. Most store-bought breads are not made with an authentic starter. They're generally made with a yeast plus vinegar to give it that sour taste. I also love sourdough because it is a gut-healthy bread. It contains a lot of the bacterias that our gut needs to run smoothly. So what is a sourdough starter? This is where we have to start. A sourdough starter consists of flour and water. To be precise, it is unbleached flour and filtered water or spring water. It consists of fermented cultures of wild yeast and lactic acid bacteria. Say that 3 times fast. During the fermentation process, carbon dioxide builds up, which gives you all of those bubbles, which helps the rise. So now that we have a little bit more understanding on what a sourdough starter actually is, maybe you want to try it out. So our next step is going to be building our very own or creating our very own homemade sourdough starter. Here's what you're going to need. You are going to need a jar with a loose fitting lid. I prefer Weck jars with a loose fitting lid, but you can also use a mason jar or any other jar that has a loose fitting lid. And you don't have to have a very big jar because to maintain the health of our starter, we don't have to feed it very much. You don't have to keep this big jug of starter on your counter and feed it faithfully every day, okay? I only have this one prepared because I'm doing orders today. I will typically use this size and I will keep about this much starter in my jar at any given time, unless I'm baking. You are also gonna want a wooden or rubber spatula, some sort of stirring utensil that is not metal unless you know for a fact that it is 100% stainless steel. Any other metal outside of stainless steel will cause a really bad chemical reaction in your starter, and your starter will not be healthy and may not rise. You're also gonna need an unbleached flour, and I'm gonna say that again, unbleached flour. No bleach can be in this flour. You are building yeast and bacteria. What does bleach do? Think about it. That's right, it kills bacteria, so unbleached flour. You're also going to need filtered water. You can use a Brita filter, run tap water through your Brita filter and use that. For my starter, I like to use a bottled spring water that has no chlorine in it. Because again, what is chlorine? Bleach, right? What does bleach do? It kills bacteria. We want a healthy starter. So go get all of your equipment ready and be on the lookout for my next video, and we're gonna cover the first 3 days of building our own very starter. And I will continue this series until I have a healthy, thriving starter and I'm ready to bake. So keep on watching. Save this to your favorites, share it with a friend. In case you do not want to build your own starter or make your own homemade starter, there are other avenues. You can buy a dehydrated active starter. Many creators sell them. I actually have my own as well. So if you're interested in that route, just reach out, let me know, and I'll get it to you. And by the way, think of a name for your starter, okay? This is Katie Bell. This is Katie Bell. I also have Faith. She's on vacation in the refrigerator. But I'm really excited for you, and I'm excited to be on this journey with you, and I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. So I'll see you soon.